Using a script gets more tempting the longer you do this. Of course I won't do it, because please no Bannerino. Getting a lot of rares now. That was actually a pretty good rare. Like a good life roll resists or whatnot. And imagine you would try to do this with like a Headhunter or something, like how many you would need. This is a Facebreaker, this is like a super common item, right? Well, I think Facebreaker is one of the more common items, definitely. But I thought chancing it might be worth it trying with like 200 chance orbs. Yoji, 1,000 hours, what's up, dude? How you doing? Just in time for me trying to chance Facebreakers for the Facebreaker totem character. Okay, but 80 more chances, but you only have 50 more scouts, so you got like 50 more attempts. Oh well, dude just got home to New Zealand after 6 months of Europe. Yeah, the hashtag jet lag is real, I guess. What did you do in Europe then? Where in Europe did you go? Did you go on vacation or work related? What even happened? Oh, give me some of that jet lag RNG, please. Nice. 22 more. Have to get lucky once, right? 50-50 chance, either you get it or you don't. Music though. Ooh, attack speed, life, double rest. Gotcha. Come on. Gimme! Oh, I guess it's not happening. Yes! Yes! Woohoo! Shitty roll though! Fuck yes! Yes! I just said, I guess I'm not gonna get it. But I got it! Facebreakers, boys! Jetlag RNG has arrived. Yeah, the thing about Jetlag RNG is it kicks in way too late. But when it does, we actually get it. Alright, let's try to get it to like somewhat decent roll. Or like 750 plus would be nice. 735? Something. Yeah, I think that's something I can live with. Whew! That's nice. Oh, one scar left in the bank. That's all you need. What is going on, guys? It's Yoji. Welcome to another one of those solo self-found Yoji epic adventure thingy videos. I need to actually memorize the title, that would be nice. But, as you saw, I actually got Facebreakers chanced after 189 scouring orbs with one left in the bank. It was pretty epic. I'm so happy it actually worked out, because otherwise I would have taken a lot of time to refarm that. And apparently I just didn't find any Facebreakers otherwise, because finding Facebreakers normally happens quite a bit. Like, it's a low level unique, it's not super rare, there's a prophecy for it. It shouldn't actually be that difficult to just randomly find one in like, I don't know, hours and hours. Like, I've been grinding like for a month, I have like a few days of playtime, like a few 24-hour stacks of playtime. But it just didn't happen, so I decided to go for chancing, and it actually worked out. Barely worked out, and I'm now leveling, as you can see in the background here. I am now leveling my Facebreaker totem character, to endgame, so I can start farming the Uberlab when there's a nice Uberlab day with high rewards. I got about like 20-ish Uberlab keys stacked up right now in the chest just from doing some trials. I'm not doing all the trials, you probably actually should, but it's just so tedious. So yeah, I do the easy ones, the ones I can run safely and quickly if I feel like it. And then I got some twice enchanted prophecies, like 4 or 5 of them already lying and waiting as well. So yeah, I can actually farm some helmet enchants, get some baseline of helmet enchants going, so I can maybe have some extra build options, and also like unique wise and map wise and currency wise, it should be like Uberlab should be a pretty good farming opportunity for solo Selffound. But what I want to talk about today is kind of a topic that ties into the whole Facebreaker chancing, and that is deterministic farming and farming specific uniques in Path of Exile. In Path of Exile, it is a thing that it's, aside from certain bosses who drop specific loot, there's not really that much deterministic farming you can do. You can, of course, as I just did, chance something, but you have to keep in mind, Facebreaker is a very common unique. It's probably like not the lowest tiers, like not like chancing, I don't know, a live sprig or something like this, but it's definitely down there and up there when it comes to being common, so easy to chance. And it took me like 200-ish. And from my research of looking at other chancing videos, with like somewhat common uniques, you should be looking at 200 to 300 chance orbs, definitely if you want to chance one, as kind of like the baseline. And that's actually not that little of currency, especially if you think about that. It's not that easy to acquire additional chance orbs. Overall, I think chancing is definitely a good way to go for those like common tier uniques, if there's not a divination card. Now another thing you can do is divination card farming. You can farm specific divination cards, and I did that for the Emperor of Purity, which would allow me to then chance something out of that, like a 6 Vaults Protector, which I was going for. But that also only works like the chance-based chancing. There's also the Porcupine card, which gives you a bow that you can chance into Quill Rain, a 6-link, so you can make 6-link Quill Rains. And Quill Rain is also pretty common. But chancing something like a Chavs, for example, would be a lot more difficult and take a lot more chance orbs, of course. But at the same time, farming cards for, like, for example, Chavs also takes a lot more time. And a unique, for example, that is really easy to farm is Sigh of Shards. There's the Lunaris Priestess card. You need 5 of those. They drop in the Lunaris Temple, and they drop very frequently. You can easily farm a Sigh of Shards in, like, let's say, not 5 runs, but maybe like 10, 20 runs. Like an hour of farming definitely gets the job done, like 100%. It's super easy to farm. And there are quite a few of those as well that are really easy to farm, like a Montrogruel's Draft. There's the Death card. It's pretty common, you can farm that easily. So there are a few specific uniques that are easy to farm, and then there are other ones that do have divination cards, like Headhunter, for example. Lots of people are running lots and lots of Spider Forest, shaped Spider Forest. But you can expect one, even if you have like Magic Fine gear, and you have like doing like breaches with Zana every map, even then you can only expect one in, like I heard, like 100 to 150-ish maps is the current estimate. So you would need like 800 to 1000 something maps to get a Headhunter, which I think is probably reasonable, but it's not quick. So if you're farming one of those really high tier, high rarity uniques and divination cards, you should expect to farm a lot of maps. Do I think that's bad? I actually think that's okay. I think that's actually pretty good, especially for solo Selffound, because currently you can shape your atlas in a way that allows you to have a certain map that drops every time you get a tier 10 map. That map drops, for example. So you can actually pretty easily target farm certain divination cards, because you can actually get the supply of the map you want to run over and over pretty reliably. Something that was not possible pre-Atlas, and that is possible now. So if you want to farm, let's say you want a Lion's Roar, what I would do is I would shape dunes and run shaped dunes over and over, because there's a card called the Earth Drinker that gives you that gives you a unique granite flask. So you can get Roomies or Lion's Roar from this, and you can farm those over and over until you get it. Also, the card also drops in Oasis, so you don't even have to map, because Oasis is a solidly high-level zone, and you can just make it like a really quick farming character, something like EK Nova or like a Wonder. Put some quantity on it with some Salima's Touch and like other easily acquired gear, and you can farm those divination cards over and over. So you have to but you have to be sure you know which divination cards are farmable and somewhat common, and which divination cards will take a lot of time, so you don't get discouraged halfway through. Another good example would be Chevron's Wrappings. It is farmable. You can farm Scriptorium maps, you can farm Chevron, she drops the card, and it is possible. I think it took Carve about like 100 something maps, is what he said, to farm Chevron's Wrappings. So it is possible to farm those high tier uniques. And one last thing you can actually do to farm uniques, or like maybe like two last things. There are certain ways to get a lot of uniques. You can, for example, do Perandus on your maps. That just gives you lots of random uniques, and this can, of course, increases the chance of you getting the unique you actually want. Another good option would be there's a Sexton that gives you a unique drop per unique boss in the map. So if you're running like double boss shaped courtyards, for example, you will get 6 uniques per every time you kill all the 6 bosses. Or Racecourse would be another example. That Sexton is not very common, that Sexton mod, but it's possible to just increase the raw amount of uniques you get. So that would be another way to not target farm a specific unique, but increase the chance of getting uniques in general, and by that also increasing the chance to get your unique that you might want. So overall, I think the message is, I think targeted and deterministic farming in PoE through divination cards for solo Selffound is not in a horrible spot. There are certain divination cards which might be just a bit out of reach, but then I think certain chase uniques shouldn't just be that farmable. They are definitely farmable, but it's like takes like 1,000 maps or something crazy like this. So you would probably have to ask Slippery Gem 8 for that. But yeah, it's for normal people with normal amounts of time, it's probably not possible to just farm that. What do you guys think about divination cards for SSF? Maybe for Trading League as well, because in trading I think divination cards are a totally different story, and it's really hard also to balance the two. But we can maybe get into that topic at some other time. Let me know in the comments what other topics I should maybe discuss and what other things you might do. I will, in the meantime, level up my Facebreaker character, run some Uber Labs, maybe share some thoughts on that, share some thoughts on my Atlas progression as well. And yeah, there's definitely some videos coming. There's a lot to talk about in SSF, I feel. So yeah, subscribe if you're new to this channel. I'm Yoji, and I will see you nerds soon. Damn it! Ruined it at the end of the video. Rip Yoji.